everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Warhammer 40k figure, the Tyranid by McFarlane Toys. Now, I've been liking the Warhammer figures from McFarlane Toys. I think overall they're pretty cool. I do have kind of some issues. I feel like they could have done more detail with some of these figures, but overall they're pretty cool figures. So I'm really excited to see what they're doing with this figure. So with that being said, first off, I want to thank everybody who's subscribed. You're very much appreciated. And for anybody who hasn't subscribed yet and does like this video, can I please ask that you subscribe and check out my Warhammer playlist. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. Now, there's not a whole lot to the front. It's basically an open window with Warhammer 40k. Tilt it forward a little bit. You can see both your age restriction and McFarlane Toys. Spin them around this way. Get a cool picture of the figure. There it goes. McFarlane Toys, his name, and the Genestealer. That's what species he is. Come around here. You got some 40k art. Warhammer 40k. Tyranid, picture of the figure. Your official Warhammer licensing there. And then, your social medias. Come around here. You got more of that Warhammer style art. And now underneath, you got your legal. So, all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. The first thing we're going to do is start looking at his points of articulation. So, put them up. The head does move, so you get some head movement. Got a shoulder joint with a swivel. You got an elbow joint. And you do, have a wrist joint. And that's the same with each arm. Each arm has the same amount of joints and what have you. There is no neck joint. There is a bit of a torso joint, so you get some movement here. All right, you obviously got a thigh joint. You got a knee joint. All right. That moves back and forth. You got an ankle joint. And you also have a toe joint. So you got a lot of really cool points of articulation. So now let's take a real good look at this guy. So let's get these arms down so we could get a really good look at the head sculpt. I do like the head sculpt. I like how the tongue is out and what have you. That is pretty cool looking. Okay. Back around to the front. I like all the coloring in there. That looks really cool with the pink. All right. And then you get into his body. So let's see if we could maybe stand him up a little bit more. Open up these arms so we get a good look at his body here. All right. So the body looks pretty cool. You got this pink wash in there and what have you. Let's see if I can get him to stand. Probably not. All right. So that looks pretty cool in there. I like all the detailing into that. Okay. Move on forward a little bit. Center them a little bit better. So now you got the arms here, which are pretty well detailed too. Pretty much similar to everything else. He has like these really cool red fingernails. I do like that. And then you got the detail here on the arms. All right. Then you come to the back, you get a little bit of pink in the spine area. So if you move them forward a little bit, you can see a little bit more of that without them falling over. All right. And then this side mirrors the other side. I'm keeping the arms up so you can see the legs a little bit better. And back around to the front. And that's it with him. Unfortunately, this figure does not come with any kind of accessories. So, what you see is what you get. The only thing he does come with is the classic Warhammer 40k stand. But the more I look at these claws, the more I'm not liking the paint job to these bigger claws because I don't know if that's supposed to be like blood on the claws or if the claws were meant to be red, you know. So I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to play out. Might just be blood on the claws. Maybe that's why they did it the way they did. All right, yeah, that's the same with these ones here. If you look, the red don't go all the way up on any of the claws. So I'm guessing that's maybe supposed to signify that, you know, he gouged somebody and that's just blood on the claws, or it's bad painting, one or the other. So let's get into my final thoughts with this guy. So first off, all his joints work very well. I don't have any issues with his joints. His overall look is pretty cool. I mean, he definitely does capture the overall look of what one of these guys would look like. Now, the paint around his fingers, I'm not too exactly sure about that. I don't know what they were really going for it, because it's not enough paint on the fingernails to make it look like it's the whole nail, and it's not sporadic enough to make it look like he slashed somebody with his hands and now he has blood on there. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to mark that up to a bad paint job, because there's nothing that really indicates that he, that's blood on his nails. It just looks like a bad paint job, unfortunately. But unless if you're looking at it up close, you probably won't notice it that much, but I did. Now, probably my biggest disappointment with this figure is he doesn't come with any weapons. All right. The Tyranid do have weapons. They're not just mindless, monsters running around biting and clawing. No, they actually have guns, swords, armor, and what have you. So I feel like this guy is lacking in that department. They should have at least gave him a rifle and a sword or something, because they do have it. So I don't know what his overall plan was. I wasn't sure if maybe at the time this was going to be the base figure and then he was going to make another one with armor and weapons. Don't know. But what I do know is he has nothing. And that's a disappointment to me big time with this figure, seeing how I am a 40K fan. So the question is, would I recommend him? I'm on the fence with him because he does look cool. And he would probably look cool with your other Warhammer figures. But there is sloppy painting to him. And he doesn't come with any weapons. So if you're just looking for somebody who might look cool with your other monsters, or maybe just look cool with your Warhammer guys, then yeah, you would probably pick him up. If you're a real big Warhammer fan and you want a little bit more from your, monsters here, then this would probably be a pass for you. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Warhammer playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.